From Oh My Lanta, should the Steelers trade for a receiver like Deebo Samuel to give Trubisky more playmakers and weapons? I think like everyone should go trade for Deebo Samuel, right? This is one of the premier playmakers in the NFL. 77 receptions, almost 1,500 yards through the air, and was super valuable on the ground. 365 yards, 8 touchdowns just his regular season, so the playoffs, you know how that went so well. I think what is going on right now is that Deebo Samuel wants to get paid as the premier receiver. He saw what Tyreek Hill got, saw what Davante Adams got. He wants that. The receiver market's popping off, right? He's now in the final year of his rookie contract. You want to get paid as soon as possible. And he can argue, I do this and this. The offense is built around my skill set. The Niners should pay him right now. And I think the reason why the Niners say no is you just kind of have a premier player. Now, maybe there are some concerns there, right? On one hand, he's an impact player. Homegrown. He's a leader of that team. But he hasn't played a full season yet. That's a red flag when you're young. His style is not conducive to a long-term fit, a long-term situation here. Now, $30 million per year is a lot for a receiver. And maybe the Niners can find a stud in the draft. I think from a trade value standpoint, probably got to move 2 first. And that's the problem I have with it from Pittsburgh's side. Do we believe Mitchell Trubisky is the answer? I know there are some truthers out there, but if trading your first this year and your first next year for an admittedly high-impact receiver, and then you got to pay Diontae Johnson a lot of money too, how are you getting your quarterback? It's great to have all these playmakers, but do you have the QB to win a title? I kind of don't think so. So with that in mind, the pros and cons kind of from each side here, who wins this hypothetical trade? PIT for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or type in SF for the 49ers? Let me know in the comments section. By the way, while you guys are down there, make sure you are subscribed. We're talking trades right now, and there's some draft stuff kind of mixed in, of course, as a result of it. But we'll be live for the entirety of the 2022 NFL Draft. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. Every single pick, every single day, we'll be live, and we'll break it all down. So if you want the best NFL draft coverage on the entire internet, you've come to the right spot. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. From Doug Dimmadome, over of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, could Desmond Ridder really go round 1? Maybe. I know there's been some buzz around that, but we talked about Ridder as a possible round 1 pick before, so it's not a huge shock, at least to me. Some teams I think could make some sense. Maybe the Saints want him. Maybe that's why they got the extra first rounder. Maybe. Steelers have been linked heavily to QBs. I think like Wilson Pickett more, though. Titans could be your shocker round 1 QB pick. And then you move on from Tannehill next year. The Lions at 32. Please don't take QB number 2. And Seattle's more of a round 2, but maybe they fall in love with a Ridder. And you trade back and around to get that 5th-year option. Who do you think will draft Desmond? That is the Cincinnati Bearcats QB. I always forget to mention the team position, so I'm sorry about that one there. Who will draft Ridder? Let me know in the comments section. Christopher Griffin, what do you think about Pitt trading Johnson and a late rounder to move up in the draft to get a blue chip player at offensive line, defensive line, or corner? I do like the creativity because I would assume you're also packaging your first round pick here because no one's giving up a top 15 pick for Diontae Johnson. But assuming you're packaging Johnson and your first to get way up there, I don't hate it. Defensive line, I don't think you need one there, really, Pittsburgh. So, offensive tackle, if you get Evan Neal or Ike Mekwonu, I'm intrigued. Sauce Gardner, Derek Stingley, I'm intrigued. My biggest concern here is this. Receiver now becomes a glaring need for you. And I don't like trading away assets to improve one spot only to open up and you need another one unless you're not going to pay Johnson. In that case, I'm more open to it. From, oh my God, Chandler Bing style. Will the Eagles trade away Andre? I hope that's what you're hoping I was going to do there, Jack. I don't know, though. Will the Eagles trade away Andre Dillard? I'm a bit surprised he hasn't been dealt yet because he's not their long-term left tackle. That's Jordan Mailata. And I think there are teams that need a starting left tackle. So some teams I think could make some sense, right? Carolina. Cam Irving ain't it. He's just not good. The Steelers, why don't you upgrade over Dan Moore? The Colts, is Matt Pryor your guy or is he a guard? I wonder if he's a guard more so than a left tackle. But Dillard and the Eagles have a good relationship to an extent, right? The Saints, if you don't go tackle round 1, trade a day 2 pick for Dillard. Make him your new starter. And Seattle has like 0 tackles on the roster that have proven themselves as good. They make a lot of sense for Andre Dillard. So what I want you guys to do right now is name a player who you think ends up getting traded. Head down to the comment section and let me know what player or players, if you want to be an overachiever, you think ends up getting dealt. We will be live for the entire 2022 NFL Draft. In the words of Mitchell Renz, we'll be live for like 50 hours. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe for every single pick, grades each night, undrafted free agent coverage the day after. We've got you guys covered here at Chat Sports. Joe Cool 2.0. What is your opinion on Carson Strong? Where and when should he be drafted? By the way, glad to be back here. Yeah, well, obviously we'll go more in depth on Strong in my quarterback prospect rankings. As a pure passer, pure pocket passer, there's some things like good arm, pretty good accuracy. The medical is a huge red flag, and I don't think he's interviewed that well. I think that's a big reason why you haven't heard round 1 buzz for him. Plus, he's not mobile. So I got a 4th round grade on him. It's about where I think he should go. NFL Daily is also on Rumble. Exclusive content like our Rumble After Hours segments up there first at rumble.com/NFL Daily. That video platform, by the way, also allows you to play your videos kind of background, audio only, unlike YouTube. If you go away from the app and it doesn't work quite well there. So Rumble is actually super useful from that standpoint. So check it out today. Rumble.com/NFL Daily. From Doom, fantasy this year, running back or wide receiver first, who's your number 1 pick? I always go running back early if I have a top 3 pick. Probably got to go Jonathan Taylor, right? If not him, probably Derrick Henry. If you're going receiver, do you double dip with Cooper Kupp? Maybe Jamar Chase could call there, Justin Jefferson, but I'm going running back. I'm going Jonathan Taylor, round 1. Alex Lancaster, hey Tom, when does the punt god Matt Araiza go in the draft? Who takes him? Team that needs a punter. I'll be honest, when I do my team needs list, I don't do punters or special teams I don't care. They'll be able to figure it out. I'm more focused on your important positions. But I could see him going top 100. Teams are going to view him as a weapon with how strong his leg is. Other teams have some concerns about the finesse part of it. The ability to pin it into the 20, just kind of booms it, which has got just a cannon of a leg. He'll go early. He will go really early. He'll probably be a really good football player, and there will also be better players who go after him who we continue to meme, a la, the pick of Brian Anger's a good punter for Russell Wilson, and that was a disaster. CJ DeYoung III. Hey, Tom, how is the little one? She's doing great. I think she said her first word this morning. I'm not sure, but I walked up to her and her little little weird phrases and like squeals and whatnot sounded a lot like hi. So I wonder if she said hi. I'm not sure yet, but she's doing great. Please explain how some teams, the Rams, feel like there's no cap, but other teams don't. I don't get it because teams like the Rams are pushing that money into the future. They are less worried about their salary cap hits right now, and they are willing 4 or 5 years from now to eat more money. They have more dead money down there than other NFL teams. The difference is the cap's higher. So those teams aggressively spend their salary cap and say, yeah, we'll pay you later on the cap. Eventually that bill does come due, but a $5 bill right now, when you have $10 in your bank account, seems like a lot. A $5 bill when you have $20 isn't as bad. And that's the philosophy the Rams take, as opposed to the teams like the Cowboys saying, we don't want to have any debt. The Rams are aware of what the debt interest rates are, and it pays off for them in the end. You don't have to go full Rams, but I think more teams should be a bit more aggressive. Speaking of the draft, well, the draft hats are available from our friends over at Fanatics, the official ones that your favorite team's player will be wearing this year at chatsports.com/NFL draft hat. So check the comment section and that description. The link is in there for you guys for all 32 teams' draft caps. Some of them are great. I like the Giants one. The Raiders one, it's white on white. Not as good. Minnesota looks great. There's a lot of different styles. That's not all the flat brim. They've got the rounded, the adjustables, etc. So check it out. Chatsports.com/NFL Draft Hat.